Ho, ho, ho! Welcome back to the Orange Sheep Dad channel. I'm glad you stopped by. I just got done playing Santa Claus at a photography studio, and you may be asking yourself, why the green suit, Santa? I had the same question, but what I found out was the young mother who was there with two of her children had a child with a sensitivity issue, an autistic variation where bright red and other bright colors cause hyperactivity, hypersensitivity. And so the mother bought this green Santa costume as a means to help make it easier for her children. And so at the end of it all, I wasn't, I hate charging for it. I just like doing it, and she offered just to give me the suit instead of any kind of a payment, which was perfectly fine with me. So I now have a nice new green Santa suit. My point in all this is you never know who your audience is going to be. And so I realized that there's probably still a few of you looking for your audience. I know niche selection is very hard to figure out. And so I'm going to do one more video on niche selection, and that's what this is going to be. So I'm going to go change into something a little more comfortable and less hot and show you another method for choosing a niche, which I call the niche dealership method. When you go buy a car, where do you go? Most of the time you go to a car dealership because there's lots of them, right? Did you know there are dealerships for niches? I'm going to show you how. Stick around. Please like and subscribe. It always helps. See you in a minute. All right, welcome back to Orange Sheep Dad channel. Let's dive into another method for finding niches. So I was thinking about, well, actually I was working on the creating a niche site step by step, and I'm still getting emails and YouTube comments about how hard it is to find a niche, and I get it. It's super hard. I've done a couple of videos now on it. I decided I'm gonna do one more and share the concept of a niche dealership with you, and so that's what we're gonna dive into right now. I call it a niche dealership because when I was growing up, a lot of my family members were in the car business. My dad was in the body shop business. His brothers were in the car dealership business. There was body repairs and sales going on all over the place. So when you think about going to buy a car, one of the places that people go to is a car dealership. Why? Because there's lots of cars there, different makes, different models, different prices. You can test drive them, look around inside and out. So I'm comparing that to niches today. And the first step you'll see, buying a car, you visit the dealerships. Looking for a niche is the same concept. And I'm going to introduce you to one of the main dealerships called Flippa.com. And then after you look around at Flippa, then you make a list of all the niches you see there, and you just write them all down, and then you can whittle them down later. Then you walk around the outside of the car, so to speak. You check out the website from top to bottom, look at the social media, the page structure, the online persona if there is one, and then you pop the hood. And I'll show you how to do that. And you can take a look at what's inside the website and you take notes. You look at how is the website built, how does it make money, what are the plugins under the hood, and so that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to teach you how to be a niche detective. We're talking Niche Detective 101. What is already working on a website that you have identified at Flippa in a niche that you're interested in? I will show you how to find the niche, how to see the plugins that are being used on that website, the marketing they're using, the keywords they're using, the ads, the theme, and if they're using a shopping cart. We're going to learn how to do all that today. So when you're talking about niche dealership sites, there's two main ones that come to mind. There's Flippa and there's Empire Flippers. Now you can use Google to find the other dealers, but these are your two main ones. So welcome to Flippa. Flippa is a website where you can buy and sell sites and look at them, kick the tires before you buy them. I wanted to show you just how easy it is to find a niche on here. There's all kinds of subcategories, but just scrolling down the main page, there's Editor's Choice. You've got the Geek Effect, Electrician Apprentice, Joyful Messes, Send a Unicorn. There's Bitcoins. There's Jumpstart Review, Walking Dogs, Pets, Watches, and the list is just almost endless on here. There are so many different types of websites you can look at. You can whittle it down by going to the featured, the established, the starter sites, the most active, ending soon. It's a good idea to look at the ones that just sold to give you an idea of what's been selling. So here's an example of going through the filters. All I did was go to websites and just sold. And here it's just showing you some that sold and for how much. Kids fashion, brooms, hotels, meditation, adult, earrings, and on and on. So Flippa is a great place to go and look for what types of niches are out there. And there are hundreds upon hundreds of items on here. So what we're going to do is just pick one and take a look at it. And the idea is to write all these down in a master list and then spend some time going through them and deciding if any of them appeal to you. Surely one of them will appeal to you. So after you review the list of niches, pick one that appeals to you and take it for a test drive. For today's test drive, we're going to use Joyful Messes as our example. Here is the basic overview on Flippa. It's a website for sale in the health and beauty industry. It's 3 years old with a focus on losing weight while breastfeeding. So all I did was plug the URL joyfulmesses.com into my browser and hit enter. And this is the actual website. And so is it really making money is the question. First question anyway. So real quick, I like to use cutestat.com to kind of check out the history of a domain name. You just plug it in up here at the top and hit look up. I have just evaluated joyfulmesses.com. And what it's telling me is it's 3 years and 3 months old, which is about what the ad said on Flippa. And it has a Alexa ranking of 1.2 million, which is kind of high, and after 3 years, I would think it'd be lower than that. But more interesting is that this is saying it has an estimated worth of $960 because it's estimating that the daily income is only around $4 per day. This also tells you their page score, which is 41. It's horrible. Which could be a good thing if you want to get into the niche. You can outrank that by speed for sure. This is showing their daily unique visitors is 653. About everybody looks at about 2 pages roughly, 1,300 page views. They're estimating $4 a day. And this website tells you a little bit more. Their backlinks, their Alexa ranking, and it shows you that they're on Google Analytics and that they does not say Google AdSense. So this tells me they do not use Google AdSense. So enough of CuteStat. So we're at the niche car dealership and we're walking around the niche. We've chosen Joyful Messes. We need to walk around the outside and take a look at what we see. And that's what you're seeing on your screen here is the social media aspect we saw, or I explained to you because it was cut off a little bit. But it was branded at the top. And then the post we'll see has some different social media aspects. And then as we look through the page, you'll see that it has a rotating banner on the top. There's the page setup we'll see at the top toolbar. There's a carousel and category layout, a newsletter sign up. Under each post is just a summary, not the whole post. And you'll notice there's a whopping 23 posts on the home page, which is interesting. I typically only do 5 or 8, but I'm not opposed to 23. A lot of people land on your home page and that's as far as they go. So the more you can show them, the better. It does have a right column with ads, e-products, and an about me page. It's got a simple footer. So we're back at the website, just kicking the tires. Nice, big, easy to read title. Here's the top toolbar with the different pages, if you will. They've got a home page, about me. This is consultation, which is the way she makes money. Her Instagram page, tips, fitness, breastfeeding, mom life, disclaimer. And she's got a nice image. She's got a little carousel here. These are her different categories: recipes, fitness, breastfeed, pregnancy, postpartum, and something she sells. We're just looking at the overview of the site to get an idea of what this person's doing with it. There's the newsletter sign up right in the middle. The right column starts here, and then her posts start here. And this is what I was talking about. It's interesting that all of her thumbnails are without words, which is uncommon, and many of them have her. So if you were buying this website, my first question would be, how do you maintain that online persona, that brand? If I bought it, how am I going to keep posting posts with images of her on there. And maybe that's why there's no bids on this website, or one of the reasons. But I'm just showing you her layout is just a couple of sentences under the post. She has the ability to like it and share it on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, and Pinterest. And then on the right side, she's got her, let's go back up a little bit here. On the right side, this is an app she's had built that she markets. It says it's free, but I believe it's linked to a paid app as well. An ad. Here she's Katie. That's her and her baby. It says who she is. There's her branded pages and her Instagram stuff. Another ad. And if we can get all the way down past her 23 posts, you see her sticky ad at the bottom as well for revenue. The bottom is very simple, clean footer, just says by a parenting publisher. It's got her 3 branded pages, some more links to Instagram, and that's it. It's pretty clean, pretty straightforward website. So what we did was we identified her social media and her build. This is all stuff we can see from the outside. So in my past life, I did some website design and building, and I coded in some different languages. And so I like to look at the back end of websites when I'm evaluating them for their niches and see what's making them tick. And when you do this, you can actually see everything that's in that website from the back end. All you have to do when you're looking at the website, just like this Joyful Messes, is right click on the screen and look at the page source. When you click on view page source, and this is the Chrome browser, but you can do it in Firefox or anything else, but viewing the page source is going to show you this. This is the actual code that is running the website. And if you just do a little bit of looking around, you're going to be able to see everything that they're using on this website. Now that we're under the hood by looking at the source code, what we're going to be able to look at and what you need to make a list of what you see. We're going to find out the monetization that this site is using for this niche. And we'll see that they're using MiloTree for their email list. They're using AdThrive as their ad partner. They're selling their own product, and they also have an app that you can buy. And ultimately, or finally, they're selling their own consultation services as well. We'll also be able to see their plugins. They're using Amazon Associate Link Builder, Lucky WordPress Table of Contents. They're using Jetpack. They're using a comment Navi for controlling their comments. And then by looking under the hood, you can see some things that are not quite as easily decipherable. Like this one, for example, is not listed by this name. I did a little Google search based on it is listed as JS-something, and I just simply Googled it and found this. Same with this WP Spam Shield, and they also have Google Tag Manager. I can find their sub niches by looking through their code. She's hitting breastfeeding, postpartum weight loss, and mom fitness. And this is where I just started copy and pasting what I saw as I went, and I'll show it to you. But this is where I saw like the niches are listed in their title. They're going through a cloud CDN like Cloudflare. It shows the theme she's using called Cheer Up. It shows her WooCommerce.
So let's go back to being a source code detective and how to see what's on the back end of these websites. We're looking at the joyfulmesses.com source code, and I'll just walk you through from the very beginning or the top to bottom. This is what I do when I evaluate niche websites. Line by line, we're just starting at the header. Of course, it's coded in HTML code. The title could be considered some of the keywords or niches. It's breastfeeding, postpartum weight loss, mom fitness. And here's AdThrive. AdThrive is who they're getting their source in. So if you remember at CuteStat, it said there was no AdSense, and that's why they're not using AdSense, they're using AdThrive. And in order to qualify for AdThrive, you have to be getting, gosh, I think it's 100,000 page views a month. Because Ezoic is 10,000 page views a month. Of course, AdSense is for anybody, but it doesn't make very much. Ezoic makes you a lot more if you're getting 10,000 page views a month. And then when you get to around, I think it's 100,000 a month, I'm not on AdThrive yet. That's something, one of my goals. But this website is already on AdThrive, so that could be adding to the amount that they're asking for on Flippa. But we're just verifying that they've got AdThrive. This site is optimized with Yoast SEO plugin. That is my favorite plugin for optimization for SEO and schema. They're using it as well. That's a good sign. Description, maybe some more niche ideas. Helping with breastfeeding, postpartum weight loss, nutrition for milk, healing after birth. Here's the Milo tree that they're using. And whenever you're not sure what something is, just copy and paste it into Google and it'll tell you. So Milo tree is the email marketing campaign they use. And here's where we start to get into the plugins. You see plugin Amazon Associate Link Builder. And one of the quick ways to do this if you want is to just put in like plugins. I hit Control F. It causes this little search bar to pop up. Type in plugins, hit enter, and it's telling me there's 10 of them, or 10 times in this code is the word plugin. So there's the first one, Amazon Associates Link Builder. Here's the second one, Lucky WP Table of Contents. Jetpack, Comet Navi, again, Table of Contents. This one was interesting. I had to go look this up. It just says, you're looking at the words directly after the word plugins. JS Composer, I had no idea for sure what that was. So I took that, copied and pasted that, and I just opened a Google, plugged it in, and here's some links to it. A WordPress plugin, JS Composer. And this is the first link that it showed for me. It's a WordPress.org page, but it's got some foreign language here. JS Composer is D moment som tres compatible, whatever. It sets the custom post widget post type to be public in order to make it compatible. So I don't know exactly what it does, but we're going to make note that it is on their site. And down here you see WP Spam Shield right there. And that one I had to look up as well, because what I do to look up plugins is I just go into one of my own websites and I go to the plugin page and I go into upload a plugin and do a search. Spam. When I put in Spam Shield, one word or two words, nothing was coming up in here. So I did a Google search and found that it was it's kind of a, I wouldn't call it a private plugin, but you have to go to this website to buy it, or Code Canyon. And so that told me, I mean, you already know it's a Spam Shield type plugin, but now you know where to go get it. And so those are the plugins. You can do the same thing for the theme. It says right here, theme Cheerup, theme Cheerup. So a quick Google search turns up the Cheerup theme. Here it is. It's $29 through themeforest.net. And if you want to check it out, you can scroll through what all it does, do demos and all that stuff. That tells you what theme the website's using. So you can do searches like that and find things specifically that you're looking for, or you can just kind of scroll through. Don't be intimidated by the code. I don't even know what it all means. You don't have to know what it all means, but when you see something that says plugin / and a name, if you don't know what it is, just Google it. And that's how you can go through the back end. Basically, here's the Google API. Oh, that's for their fonts. Here's just more code about how their page is set up. There's their WooCommerce. So that's what tells you that they're using WooCommerce for their shopping cart or their store. So let's wrap it up there. I showed you how to get to the niche dealership and scroll through the different categories. Just make a list of everything you see, write it all down, then take a break once you get a big enough list and decide what appeals to you the most. Walk around the outside of the car like we talked about, make a note of the social media and the page structure and things like that, but then do a deep dive under the hood and see what's going on to make the site actually run. Paying attention to how it's making money, what plugins it's using. I hope this helps. Again, like and subscribe if it does. I'll see you in the next video.